Hey, Sonny here. Today I'm going to show you how to play Don't Lie to Me by Dokken from Under Lock and Key album. Um, Before we start, first of all, the album's really strange. It's not tuned to 440 and it's slightly flat. So if you calibrate your tuner to about 435, and that's how my guitar is tuned right now. It's tuned to 435 to match the album, the song. So again, it's a song. If you want to play along with the recording and play along with the way I'm showing you here, is you have the tune slightly flat on your guitar. Instead of the standard 440, you tune down to 435. All right. So another second thing I want to talk about is that the intro of the song has many layers. George Lynch had many layers in the song. If you listen to it closely, there are just a whole bunch of harmonies going on from several guitars. So I'm going to try to simplify it that you can play, some melody lines along with the chords in the intro, so we can have all the bases covered. So it sounds like with one guitar, it just sounds like a song. So anyway, here goes. Here's the intro. Alright, so let's break down the intro first before we move on to the verse. So the intro, the chords are basically, it's all power chord. It's assuming you know what power chord is, where it's C, and D, and E power chord, and also a B occasionally, a power chord. So the song is in the key of E minor. So the solo is based around E minor. So the first part, you'll start from the 5th fret on the low E string, slide to 7th fret, and you play the 5 and 7 on the A string, and then play 7th fret, 5th fret on the D string, and then you play the 4th fret on the D string, hammer on and pull off on the 5th, and then play 7th and 5th on the A string, and then play the E power chord along with open E string together. So again, slowly. Slowly, slower. And then you play the C power chord 3 times and then 1 time on the D only. Okay, so the riff, after you play it 3 times on the C power chord, play 1 time on the D, and then you play this. So it's 5-4 on the D string, and 7 and 5 on the A string. Back to E power chord again. And this time you play C power chord twice, D power chord once, and then B power chord twice. So far we have this slowly. Next part you play the E power chord again, and then you play this C power chord. You play the single notes like this. So I'm playing the C note, playing the 3rd fret on the A, 5th fret on the D, and then play the 4th fret on the D and hammer on the 5th fret, and 4th fret on the D. And after you play that, you play. After that, so you play the 5th fret on the A string, 4th fret on the D and hammer on the 5th fret, back to 4th fret on the D, 7 and 5 on the A string, E power chord, and then C twice, and then D one time, and B power chord twice. So the whole thing slowly again from the top. So that's the whole intro. And that goes into the verse. The verse goes like this. So what I'm doing is I'll play the E power chord, and every time, and I'll mute on the E string twice. Same thing again. The last time you play the E power chord, only mute once on the low E string. So far we have this. And do the same pattern on the D power chord with the open E string. And back to E again. And then you'll play the G open chord. The G open chord I'm playing is a 3rd fret on the low E string with my index finger, and kind of slightly touching the A string with the bottom of the flash on my index finger and blocking it. And then you play open D string, open G string, and the 3rd fret on the B string and 3rd fret on the high E string. Again, you mute the A string. You actually don't have to play the last string at all. So I'll just go all the way down to about B string, and then play the open D chord. So that's open D string, 2nd fret with G, B3, and high E 2nd fret. And then you'll play the 2nd fret on the low E string and bend it up, and release back to the original position. And then you'll play, and you'll open E power chord, and then you'll open E string twice, and then back to the and repeat that again. So again, slowly from that verse. Same. And we'll play something different. We'll play the C and G. Do the 2nd fret on the low E string again. Bend down, basically bend up, but pulling the string down. Release back to the original position. And you do it again. You play the same riff you play on the beginning of the intro, and that goes into chorus. So again, a little faster. The verse goes like this. And then it goes to the chorus and goes like this. Alright, so the chorus is basically pretty easy. Just the C power chord, D, E, back to C, C again, D power chord, and the E, and then do the same intro riff. Back to C again, D, E, C, C again, D, it ends on a B power chord. Do that 8 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then play the E power chord. And then it goes like this. So that part where you play the E power chord, C 3 times, and play the D twice, and play the E power chord again, and then C twice only, D once, and then B power chord twice. So that's the whole chorus right there. Now the bridge, right before the solo, goes like this. So what I'm doing is I play the E power chord, just like I do with the verse. And I lift up my ring finger, and I use my index finger to play the 7th fret of A, D, and G together. In the same pattern, with the open E string mute twice every time you play the chord. And then you play the power chord, the D power chord at the 5th position. And then when you play the chord, you'll mute on the 5th fret on the A string twice, like the same pattern. So do the whole thing again. So again. It's on the D power chord, and then it goes like this. After that, you play open E, power chord, G, D, C. C2 basically, the chord, the C chord is you play like a C power chord, but with index finger playing the 3rd fret on the B string with it. So basically, it's A3, D5, G5, and B2 on B3. And the E minor power open chord again. G. And back to, and then you play A. You do the same thing again. E, G, D, C2, E, G. Instead of playing A, you play the D, and it goes into solo.